Before we dive into the myth itself, let's set the stage. In Greek mythology, the Titans were a powerful race that predated the Olympian gods. Prometheus was one of them. His name means forethought, and he was able to foretell the future. The son of the Titan Iapetus and Clymene or Asia. His brothers were the foolish Epimetheus known as the Afterthinker, Atlas and Menoetius. During the battle between the Titans and the gods, Prometheus and Epimetheus chose to side with the Olympians due to the Titans' unwillingness to use tactical intelligence against the Olympians. The Titans wished to use brute force in destroying the gods. They did not listen to Prometheus' warnings about using their intellect and not their strength. After being rebuffed by the Titans, Prometheus went as volunteer into the open arms of Zeus. By helping to overthrow Kronos and the older generation of Titans, Prometheus earned a place among the Olympians. He was one of the few Titans allowed to remain in the upper world, while the others were exiled to Tartarus, the lowest point of the universe, below the underworld that is used as a dungeon of torment and suffering for the wicked and as the prison for the Titans. Zeus favored Prometheus because of the Titan's intelligence and quick wit and kept him as one of his closest counselors. According to the myth, Zeus tasked Prometheus and his brother Epimetheus to go to Earth and create men and animals and give them each a gift so that they might survive and prosper. Prometheus set to work forming men in the image of the gods, and Epimetheus worked on the animals. Prometheus and his brother were then tasked with giving the new creatures names, as well as attributing all the characteristics to the creatures. Epimetheus took charge of this task, but having only afterthought, he used up all the characteristics provided before he got to man. Zeus would not allocate any more characteristics, but Prometheus would not simply leave his new creations unprotected and naked in a new world. He therefore went secretly through the workshops of the gods, and in the rooms of Athena he found both wisdom and reason, so he stole them, and allocated them to man. The world was not a kind place though, as it was filled with beasts, and getting enough food to stay alive was a difficult task. This was not made any easier by Zeus, who insisted that mortal men sacrifice to the gods frequently and give the entire animal to the gods. Prometheus appealed to Zeus to allow the mortals to give only a portion of the animal to the gods and to keep the rest for themselves. Zeus agreed, but the two could not agree on which parts would be reserved for the gods. Prometheus knew that Zeus wanted all the good parts of the animal and came up with a plan to trick him. He took an animal and divided the choice cuts of the meat from the bones and other less savory tissues. On the pile of bones he placed fat and a small portion of nice meat on top to disguise it, but on the pile of good meat he placed some lesser meat and gristle. Prometheus had Zeus choose from the two piles, and he chose the bones and fat. Zeus was very angry when he found out, and he never forgave Prometheus for tricking him. Men now had meat, but they still had difficulty surviving because they could not keep warm or cook their food. Prometheus knew that fire would save them, but Zeus kept fire for the gods alone. So again, Prometheus thought up a plan. He went amongst the workshops of the gods, and from the workshop of Hephaestus, the Greek god of fire, he took an ember of fire, and brought it to earth and gave it to humans. Now the mortals could cook and keep warm, and they were much happier. They worshipped Prometheus as the inventor of all the arts of civilization. But when Zeus saw mankind using fire, he became furious at having been tricked once again. This time, Prometheus had done far more than just embarrass Zeus. He had gone against the will of the king of the gods. While many of those who defied the gods, including the elder Titans who had fought against them, were imprisoned in Tartarus, Zeus had other plans for his one-time ally. He ordered that Prometheus be chained to an unmovable rock deep in the Caucasus Mountains with unbreakable chains. This was not the end of his punishment though. While being eternally bound on the rocks, left exposed to the sun's heat and the freezing temperatures of winter was a punishment in itself, Zeus planned something far more painful. He sent the Caucasian eagle, an enormous bird with a monstrous appetite, to torture the chained Titan. The massive bird attacked Prometheus, clawing at his stomach until it tore out his liver. The bird ate the liver as it flew away, leaving Prometheus in agony. As an immortal god, however, even being torn apart by the eagle did not kill the Titan. His body healed itself every day and his liver grew back. Every day when he was healed, the eagle would return. Prometheus' stomach was ripped open every day so the Caucasian eagle could once again pull out his liver and devour it. The Titan was tortured for thousands of years. Eventually, it was Hercules who freed Prometheus, and it was not done purely out of mercy. Hercules needed the help of Prometheus to find the apples of Hesperides. Freeing him was payment for his help. Zeus obviously agreed to this because it would aid his favorite son, but demanded that another life be sacrificed for Prometheus. It was Chiron, a wise centaur and teacher of many heroes, including Hercules, who volunteered to die. Prometheus was set free, but the judgment that he would be forever chained to Caucasus was still in power, so Prometheus agreed to wear a small chain with a piece of Caucasus rock around his neck. His defiance, sacrifice, and endurance have made him an enduring symbol of human struggle against oppression and the pursuit of knowledge. His gift of fire represents the indomitable spirit of human progress and ingenuity.